Hello, welcome back, and we're moving straight to a different step, and this one will be adding more braces just to make sure our the steel framework is rigid and strong against any wind forces or pressure. Now we'll add some members here to brace this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come to steel there, and the steel will be able to get the right tool that will help us in creating a steel member. So to get other options, just normally click that drop down arrow to get more options there. I'll pick the first one there, and I'll snap right on top there, and snap right on top here. There we are, and I have a member here. So slightly, it is actually, it has an edge that is protruding outside. So let me just turn that around like that. So I have two options here. I can just select on this, right click and come to move and snap here and snap here and move it. If I place it right there, that we are moving, but I want to move it professionally. Let me just undo that. So if I double click in here, I have positions here. On each position options, we have three other options on how you can shift this. So I'll come onto a plane. On plane option, you can see it is in the middle here. So I'll come to that drop down arrow and shift it maybe on the right. And you can see that it has moved on the right. So that position, it's okay, but it's still not the best position for me because the attachment to the other member will be through bolting. So I want to offset it inward by 300. I'll select on that and come on the side of y-axis. And what I'm going to do is very simple. Let me just minimize that. I'll right click and come to special move here and come on the y-axis. You can see the y-axis is pointing that direction. So to work on the y-axis, the axis should remain on 0. So I'll change that to 0. Then on the y-axis, I'll just type 300 on the positive. It's moving on. It's pointing on the positive direction. So I will not prefix this 300 by a negative sign. I'll just go ahead and click move. So it will move like that. So having done so, I want this to move to the other end. So how do I move that? I want this to move accurately on the other end also from this edge to be 300 millimeter. So how do I do that? I have to mirror this from this particular using this line as a mirror line. I'll right click and come to special. I'll right click and come to special copy or special move or special copy, and then pick or mirror option. Then right click once again, and right click and come to mirror. Then I want to snap on that spot and this spot and click copy. So if I click copy, I'll have that member on this side. So the reinforcement will be done like that. So I need another one on this end. So I'll just select on that, right click and come to special copy, and I need another one at an interval of maybe 500 will be okay, but this one will be moving against the direction of y-axis. So I'll prefix my 500 millimeter by a negative sign. So if I click on that, it's extremely close. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to undo that and give it 1.2 or 2 meters is okay. 2 meters is okay. So if I click on that, that margin is okay. So I do the same thing here, right click and come to special copy and come there and remove that negative sign prefix. I'll click that. So there we are. So I want to copy these two. Remember, I told you the attachment or the fixation here will be, or fixing this member to this member will be through bolting. But now I will not, at the moment I will not place the bolts because I'm chasing the time. Because even placing the bolts, I've shown you how to do that. But I've just placed them behind the camera to the final product. Now I've just select on that, and select on that. And since from this top end here to this end here is 1.5, and from here to here is 1.5. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to populate them to this level using 1.5 interval. So right click and come to special copy here and change everything to 0. And I'm going to work with the z-axis. So under z-axis, I'm going to prefix my dimension 1.5 with a negative sign. So this here, I'll use two of them because I already have one in place. So I'll go ahead and click copy. So I'll have these members in here. You can see that. So I'll go ahead and place the bolts. So be careful, check on clashing members, the members that clashes the other. So I can't go beyond here because I'm also obstructing the person that will be accessing or sitting or standing on top of this platform. So at the bottom end here, I'll place another member. I'll place a bracing member here. Let me just come to steel and pick on that. And I want to snap on this particular end here and move all the way to this far end here. Let me snap on that edge right there. So the orientation is this way, but it's way wrong. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go the other way around. I'm going to start placing my member by clicking here first, then go the other end. I'll select on that, then select on that member, select on that point, and move all the way to this far end point here. Let me just snap on that spot. So you can see I have the same arrangement, but it's way intruding or getting into the other. So I just double click on it, then rotate that. It'll come to rotation and rotate to back. So if I turn it around like that, I'll come to in-depth and pick front, pick behind, and select on that. So you can see that is okay. So I want to offset this as I did on the previous one. I'll come to special move and pick and move it against the y-axis by 300, but this time round I'll prefix it by a negative sign. So the same thing will happen at the end. So to do the same thing, I'll follow the same process by mirroring this to the other end. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click and come to, first of all, come out of that command by clicking interrupt, then right click again to activate another command. Then by activating the mirror command, I'll snap on that spot and snap on that spot to mirror it to the other end. So again, I want to mirror this inward by 2 meters. What I'm going to do, I'm going to select special copy and come to mirror. So which direction do I intend to copy this? I'll change the z-axis for now to 0, or this one to remain 1. This one because I just need a 1 copy. So this way, on the y-axis, I'll move this by 2 meters. 2 meters positive direction, and if I click that, it will be in that same direction. I'll come here and select on that, right click and come to special copy and give it, I'll move in the same direction but opposite. So I'll click copy. So you'll find that member at the bottom end here. I'll be able to place a member there. So you see the bracing and the supporting. So this makes the steel frame more rigid. So even if the wind is so strong, it will be able to retain its position. It will not wobble. So this is how we can do it. So the bolting, I leave it to you. And as I had told you, the connection between this and this will be bolting. The welding, there will be no welding that will be done on site. It's just strictly bolting. And also a reason why we bolt, because the owner of the site can change his mind, or if the contract has ended of the site, you need to carry your own things and shift to another location. And that's why I prefer the bolting only, no welding on site. So at the bottom end here, we can place a dummy. We can place not even a dummy, the actual one, the actual pad footing. I'll come to concrete here and then come to footing, and I'll pick pad footing right there. So if I just mouse over, I'll be able to snap right there. And if I come to view and rotate this, you can see the pad footing is off the position of the bottom of our base plate. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to double click on it, then change this to 18. You can see this we can change this to 0, change that to 0, and that will make it move slightly upward. So that's it. And this one, instead of 8, we want to make our pad footing slightly wider by 18 by 18, and we go ahead and click OK. So if I come to navigate and try to rotate this, you can see it's sitting right on top of this pad footing. And rebars, that one I think is now something very easy, but our target today is just to show you how we can create an outdoor billboard where you can lay your information or advertise in product of your choice, or to enlighten the public about anything or any product. So that's how we can create the billboard in Tekla structures. So let's meet then on the final step where we'll comb everything, create the boltings, and we'll present to you a finished product on animation or animated finished product. So let's meet then on the next presentation.